This podcast is part of Another Happy Studios,
the home of podcasts with passion.
Hello and welcome once again to Talking Pictures Podcast. I'm your host David and joined with me as always my co-host Brian. Brian, how are you today?
Smile, David.
I'm smiling, man.
Aliens exist.
It's Disclosure Day. We are here to discuss it. Finally, it has come out.
Disclosure Day.
Yeah.
Is it not Steven Spielberg untitled UFO film?
Well, it has been for years. Or when did it come onto our radar? I suppose.
Our or mine or
yours? Yeah.
I'd
the
say
Royal Hour,
the Royal
as in
Hour.
you.
It came onto my radar. Jeez, I can't remember. Like you spend so much time anticipating something. You spend more time with that time frame rather than the actual moment of watching it in the cinema, because now you've watched it, you do a podcast, you talk about it, and then you move on to the next thing.
Yeah. I think we are the opposite in that you anticipated this movie way more than I did. Even that I don't even know in our top 10 most anticipated for this year. I don't know if I even had Disclosure Day. Did I have
I think you did. I
don't know. I don't know.
You're the one who said Steven Spielberg is one of your favourite directors, if not your favourite. Hardly not putting his newest film on a top 10.
I would have to check. And I can do that thanks to our letterbox page where you maintain all of the lists for all of the episodes that we do. So thankfully, Brian, I can go and check that. But while I'm checking that, we have a segment that we do called Trailer of the Week. And that's where you talk about a trailer that came out this week for a movie that we are anticipating. So please, God, tell me, what is the trailer of the week this week?
I'm not arsed.
You're not arsed?
No, not arsed.
Wow. So should we just scrap the trailer of the week segment altogether?
No, sure. Like, no high-profile trailers came out. Wait,
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
That's a lie.
Is it a lie?
Yes, it is.
What am I missing?
Brian, did you see the trailer for The Social Reckoning?
I did.
And what do you think of The Social Reckoning trailer? I'll do the trailer of the week, I suppose, considering you aren't arsed.
Welcome to Talking Pictures.
No, I'm looking at my most anticipated here. I don't even have Disclosure Day on here at all.
Do you not?
Nope.
Okay.
I had 15 picks and not one of them was Disclosure Day.
Jesus.
So there you go.
Wowzers. We're Talking Pictures podcast. Welcome. We talk about movies.
Mm-hmm.
Did you talk about that? Yeah, you said that. Goes to show how much I don't listen to you.
Clearly.
Yeah.
I'm not asking you what you thought about Social Reckoning and you're just like, hey, he's not paying attention.
Time better spent with that trailer than watching Scary Movie 6.
Yeah, I would rather watch the Social Reckoning trailer 100 times than watch Scary Movie 6.
Watch it on repeat for the entire length.
Yeah.
Even twice the time's length. I thought the trailer was good.
Mm-hmm.
As a non-diehard fan of The Social Network, I was personally too young to appreciate a movie like that when it came out.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't appreciate it like you do. Like, you even put it on as one of your top favourite trailers to watch of all time because of how the trailer presented it itself. And I'm going, yeah, it's a fine edited trailer. It's very good. It's a great movie. Everyone loves it. I don't know anyone who doesn't love it. I admit it's a good movie. I don't know, maybe it's just a bit too advanced for me. Like, half the time I can't even understand what Mark Zuckerberg is saying. Mm-hmm. And so, but look, it's not going to stop me from watching this newest one. Mm-hmm. I like the idea of how this movie's come to be. That the writer of the first one's coming back to write this one and he's directing it. He's already got 3 movies under his belt and they're all good. Mm-hmm. And it's Aaron Sorkin's writing, known to be one of the best writers in Hollywood. And rather than bringing back Jesse Eisenberg, have you read about this?
No.
Yeah, so Aaron Sorkin apparently spent at least 3 days trying to convince Jesse Eisenberg to reprise his role.
And did you say why he didn't?
Yeah.
Go on.
Doesn't want to continue to be associated to Mark Zuckerberg.
Oh, that's interesting.
And there's a specific reason as to that. This seems to be quoted from Sorkin, that he doesn't want young folk to come up to him to sign his card, to sign his autograph on these cards. I'm CEO, bitch. Mm-hmm. Something along those lines. He just doesn't want to be associated to that anymore. And it's a real shame because I looked at Jesse Eisenberg when he played Zuckerberg versus Mark Zuckerberg today. Mm-hmm. And he just would have been perfect for it.
Yeah. And see, whenever I think of, I suppose this is the thing he wants to get away from, is that I do think of Mark Zuckerberg, I think of Jesse Eisenberg, rather than I think of the actual guy himself. And so when watching the trailer for The Social Reckoning, I was like a little bit off put by the fact that it's Jeremy Strong. It feels like, I kind of nearly, it's weird. I felt like, okay, this is a movie that also takes place in the real world about Mark Zuckerberg, but it has nothing to do with the social network. But then at the end of the trailer, when they play that little jingle that's so closely associated with the social network, I'm like, oh no, this is supposed to be like a follow-on from that movie. Like, this is a direct sequel to it.
I honestly see it as a direct sequel to it by the simple fact that it's a movie about Mark Zuckerberg in a story written by Aaron Sorkin, and the title alone, the social title is in.
Yeah, but it's just weird to not have Jesse Eisenberg coming back.
Well, he approached him. He wanted him to come back.
I know, yeah, I know. I know that he did that, Brian, but I'm just saying that it's weird that he's not. Like, if for any reason, Wardo needs to be in it. If it's anyone other than Andrew Garfield, I'm like, why is it anyone other than Andrew Garfield? Like, if this is supposed to take place within the same world, and it's supposed to be a direct follow-on, it should be Andrew Garfield. The same way it should be Armie Hammer that plays the Winklevoss twins.
Yeah. Jesse Eisenberg's in his early 40s, Jeremy Strong's in late 40s. Like, you easily could have gotten Jesse Eisenberg to come back. And I think it would have been cool to see him come back to play the same character, but maybe different. Like, when I now watch Jeremy Strong played Zuckerberg, he's going to play the character how he sees it fit. Yeah. He's not going to do a copy and paste job what Jesse Eisenberg did.
There's a good movie called The Hustler, which is a movie from I think it was maybe the 1960s or something like that, starring Paul Newman as a guy who plays pool, a hustler who plays pool. And then he came back years and years later in The Colour of Money, and he reprised the role against Tom Cruise. It was a Martin Scorsese film. And I always thought that they're a great pairing. I love The Hustler. The Colour of Money is good. I don't love it as much as The Hustler. But it's really cool to see an actor come back in a different stage of life and play the same character again, with nothing in between. Like, it's different seeing, say, Bruce Willis play John McClane in Die Hard versus seeing him play John McClane in Die Hard 5. But it's different because Bruce Willis has played him in 2, 3 and 4. Like, he's had that journey over it. But imagine if it was just Die Hard and Die Hard 5. Like, imagine coming back to that role all these years later and seeing how do you take it on differently. So I would have really liked to see Jesse Eisenberg do that, play him in the young, because there's that line Jeremy Strong says in the trailer, I'm not 2 years out of a dorm room anymore. But because it is a different person altogether, I think that line would have hit a little bit stronger if it's Jesse Eisenberg, because it's literally, you're seeing the same actor play that same role, and you do associate him with that early version of Mark. And now here we get to see a much older version, a more experienced version of both Jesse Eisenberg and the character of Mark Zuckerberg.
Like, how would you view the Elvis movie versus the Priscilla movie? Different actors played Elvis Presley.
Yeah, that's different though. That's like, if the first half of the Elvis movie was about his rise to stardom, and then in 10 years time it's Baz Luhrmann comes back and makes one about the fall of Elvis, but it's not Austin Butler, but it's supposed to be the exact same, and Tom Hanks come back and plays the Colonel. It feels off. It should be the same actors coming back to play these same roles if they're supposed to be within.
Yeah,
you know.
No, I get you. I'm maybe because I'm not a devoted fan, it doesn't bother me. Like, who else better than Jeremy Strong to take over the role? Like, I don't see anyone better who could take it on. Like, he's on a winning streak in my opinion. And look, I'm looking forward to it. It's down in the calendar. Like, if it's worth talking about it, we'll talk about it.
We will.
I'm actually proposing a watch party with the Social Network, just to get into the groove again. I don't expect to see Wardo come back, and if he were to, even in a cameo, I would not want it to be Andrew Garfield, because it's just too close to home now, and you know it's not exactly home because it's not Jesse Eisenberg. Like, a reference is fine, but not the same, person. And like, we're dealing with different characters, different people now, like Jeremy Allen White and new girl Honora,
Mickey Madsen.
That's it. Yeah, like, go nuts. Like, it's the next generation now to take over. So I'm looking forward to it. I like the trailer. I understand your concerns, but I have a feeling you might sing a different tune, or at least the tune of acknowledgement that Jeremy Strong was good.
Oh yeah, I don't have any fear that Jeremy Strong won't give a great performance. Like, he is a fantastic actor, and I haven't seen him give a bad performance. So I'm sure he will be great.
I'm only after Coppin. He was in Trial of the Chicago 7.
Mm-hmm.
And that was written and directed by Aaron Sorkin. So it's just funny to see him go from comic relief in that to serious Mark Zuckerberg.
But we're not here today to talk about Social Reckoning. We're here to disclose Disclosure Day. We're here to talk about Steven Spielberg's newest film. Now, we talked about his last film, The Fabelmans, in what some might say is one of our shortest episodes, and I genuinely don't know how it's so short. Sometimes I look back and it's like 20 minutes. I'm like, how did we summarize that film in 20 minutes?
Was that the one I cut off, or was that something else?
That was Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Was it?
No, it was Knock at the Cabin. You called off Knock at the Cabin about 15 minutes in. You're like, yeah, I remember it so vividly as well. We were sat there talking about it. You just gave me that cut. You're like, yeah, I just not feeling it. And I was like, that's all right. We'll just release this then.
Oh, how young we were. Oh, in our dorm room.
In our dorm room. We're 2 years out of our dorm room now, okay? But we're going to talk about Disclosure Day.
Really love this movie. To think about a modern Steven Spielberg film that, in today's contemporary society, it makes you think about the movies he's made in the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of that has to do with 94-year-old John Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Just genius. Like, how can you not like this movie? I don't
know. I've seen a lot of people not like it, actually.
They can go fuck themselves. They can tune out. They don't need to listen to us.
Yeah, it's actually funny because I also really enjoyed the film, and then I was like, okay, Grant, I'll listen to some of the podcasters who I don't really listen to their reviews on it, and they're all like, it's a mess, didn't follow it, it's boring, all this stuff. I'm like, did we watch the same movie? I'm like, I really enjoyed it.
Boring.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is the fastest movie I've watched in cinema all year.
And it's really weird to go from last week we did Master of the Universe, where I was, at one point I looked at my watch and went, how is there still another hour to go? Oh my God. Versus this, we walked out of it and I was like, how long was that? Was that an hour 45, 2 hours? And I was like, no, that was nearly 2.5 hours. Like, that flew by. There was, like, I don't know what movie other people are watching, or maybe we're just super, like, Steven Spielberg apologists.
No, it's nothing to do with that. No, it can't be. Like, he is the best director, best filmmaker in the world, in history. He is the best. He might not be the best today. That might go to Nolan or Villeneuve, but all time, Spielberg. So it's not that we're apologists. I think you put this, and so I'll initiate it here. Spielberg made this movie as good as he did because of his catalogue, because of the history of films he's made.
Yeah, you could. I think I had put it to you that he couldn't have made this movie in the 80s or 90s because he had to go through all of his other movies before he could produce this. Because there's something about it where, say something like The Post.
Yes.
Which is a political thriller.
Not even a thriller. It's a political drama.
But yeah, political drama where they're trying to print this one story. And I think if you took Disclosure Day, and yes, it's about, spoilers, it's about aliens. And disclosing to the public that aliens are real and they have been on this earth and we have encountered them for 70 plus years in multiple scenarios. If you take that piece of knowledge and you change that out for the government were complicit in the bombing of a foreign country, and it's Josh O'Connor and Emily Blunt are trying to release this to the world and bring down the government. It's like, that works just as well. You take out the alien aspect of it and you change that to some kind of political aspect, and the movie works just as well. Yes, of course, there are some bits that have to be changed out, but this could be any kind of drama. This doesn't have to be an alien sci-fi adventure. It could be anything.
Yeah.
And because he has done those things, because he's done the likes of, say, E.T., which is a family-friendly alien film, and then War of the Worlds, which is a action-adventure sci-fi
entertainer.
For the masses. And then the likes of The Post or Munich
or even throw
Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Yeah, there's so many different things within his catalogue that he's had to make before, yes, I can make this film now.
It's kind of like Steven Spielberg. has the mindset of Josh O'Connor in this movie, because Steven Spielberg, he's grown up in the 60s, 70s, 80s, pretty much the entire timeline of when non-human...
aliens were a possibility, or like they were in the public consciousness.
What did they call it?
Cold War.
No, what's her name? Why am I drawing a blank on her name? Emily Blunt. The way she described them in the disclosure, non-humanoid or non-persons. It's just one bit of a great speech, honestly. But it's like Spielberg, his whole life, throughout his whole career of making one movie after another, he was aware that aliens exist, but he had to prove it. And he's gone through his whole catalogue of movies, ranging from Indiana Jones to all of his other individual movies that deal with one drama after another. Like, he's hit all the dramas now, and now finally he's now come into the tools to concoct his plan to deliver the disclosure. And he's done that here, and today, thanks to Steven Spielberg, we now know that we live in a universe where aliens exist. Like, Steven Spielberg was the only man to do it, and he couldn't do it until now. Like, the fact that... Another thing is that I can now... I'll say Disclosure Day was more of a fun movie to watch, and it's as grounded as it could possibly be.
Yeah.
But I can still now anticipate going back to watch Close Encounters of the Third Kind, because I didn't find that movie to be very entertaining to watch. But now, because of Disclosure Day, I will go back and watch it now. And this movie made me want to revisit an awful lot of his movies, most specifically the ones he worked and collaborated with John Williams. So
there's something about the way that he crafts the world where something like E.T. or Close Encounters, it feels logical that, yeah, aliens exist within this world. But with Disclosure Day, it feels so grounded within our own reality that when it is revealed to us that, yes, aliens do exist, it feels as though, like what you said, Steven Spielberg is revealing to us that that aliens are real.
Yeah.
That the world that he's created in Disclosure Day is an exact mirror of our current world. And so revealing that there are aliens are real, it feels as though he's saying that both within the film and within our own world as well. Like, it's very brave of him to make it and not set it in a different time period. Like, if he had set this in the 90s, because there is that line kind of towards the end of the film where the newscaster, like, someone asks, is this AI? Could this be a deepfake?
Yeah.
And they have to, like, say, no, we're checking it against AI and they're all real pixels or whatever. But, like, if you had just set this in the 90s, I think that you would have eliminated that, and it also would have presented, or would have created, you would have been placing it in a world where I think people were a lot more trusting. I think that nowadays, in our current society, like, every video I see, I question it straight away. Like, is this real?
yeah.
So
I was questioning the God of War still image.
yeah,
That's not real.
and that's an official still that's being released. You do kind of question everything, whereas it's one element that within Disclosure Day there doesn't seem to be any kind of... Now, they don't have time to go, and we don't really see the public's opinion on it.
No.
Like, that's something that it is touched upon with Jane, and it's in a different, I suppose, under a different scope, in that she is conscious of the fact that if aliens are revealed, they'll lose their faith, but not so much like, what will this do to society? And like if aliens were revealed now, today, in real life, there would be people that would immediately believe, and then there would be people that would disbelieve, like, because of there's so much misinformation and disinformation and deepfakes and AI and all this stuff that's going on right now. So it's very interesting that he decided to set the movie in modern day as opposed to in the 90s.
Yeah, because it can be easily disputed today. I mean, look how innocent the man running the White House is. You know?
Absolutely innocent. Yeah,
absolutely.
Never done a thing wrong.
Like, he's always having to dispute all these false accusations being put against him.
All these false images that are being created, and his Twitter account somehow seems to be reposting on the daily. But I mean, yeah, couldn't be a nicer guy.
I think if this was set in like the 90s or the 80s, I think then it is automatically under the filter of separating your disbelief that this is an exact mirror of our world. Because it's set in modern day, in simple locations like Kansas. Like, how often do you get movies that are set in Kansas. The last one was Looper, and the one before that was when Dorothy went swimming in a tornado.
That's not true.
Is it not?
Man of Steel.
No way. Don't believe you. Well, those aren't movies. Those aren't
movies. They don't count.
They're not real. They're not real. I will believe that a man can fly when I see him.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah.
Aliens, though.
You're dead right. No, listen, come here. You're dead right. A girl can get picked up by a tornado and thrown into a magical world, and that's real. Absolutely.
She was dreaming.
Yeah.
It was a dream.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not real.
Yeah. Well, Brian, I hate to say it to you, man. Movies, they're not real.
But this one is.
Yeah.
Spielberg.
Sure.
Yeah. He's disclosed to us that aliens do exist. Like I was crying with that podcaster. I was crying with that. The one reading the news.
Like, it's such a strange sensation where I'm watching this film and the whole time I know in this world aliens are real. We're leading up to this disclosure. We're going to get the videos of the aliens. We're going to see this. And then in that news broadcast, when that reporter is like, she's getting emotional looking at these images of aliens. And I'm sitting there in the seat and I'm getting overwhelmed. I'm starting to get teary-eyed and well up. Like, I feel for this news reporter. And I'm like, how has Steven Spielberg done this where he has told me the entire time aliens are real? We are going to see the aliens. Like, this is where we're leading to. And yet still, I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe they're real. Like, this is crazy. This is nuts. And I'm getting overwhelmed seeing these images, even though I know that's where we're leading to.
I think the only things I can suggest as to how you are getting overwhelmed is, one, you're a pussy. Two,
fuck you.
No, I kid. I do have two reasons though. We're seeing images and footage that we, the audience, have not seen yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not seeing, because we only saw the one clip really with Jane, but everything in the news report at the end is... And
it's going through the history. Mm-hmm. Whereas what we seen was what the likes of Colin Firth has been doing. Mm-hmm. Well, I suppose he did show... He showed her the Nixon one, where Nixon had access to this and he was showing off to his TV presenter. Mm-hmm. But then there's another one where Colin Firth was in the lab with a live alien, testing him. And we don't see those again. What we see is like the discovery footage and everything after that. And more than discovery footage, like interactions, first contact, those type of stuff. We'll delve into that a little bit towards the end. But because we haven't seen these for the first time, we are now watching it with the rest of the world as we are being disclosed that aliens are real. And the other one is seeing a professional who goes live on TV, who has to adhere to a certain standard and not let her emotions get to her.
Yeah, she has to be factual, yeah.
Yes, factual. That's the way to put it. Like, that's why there's two of us. See, when we see her break down and not keep up, and it's all because of this fact that now we are now learning that not only we are not alone in the world, but it's going to radically change our path forward in life. This will either start wars or to make wars go worse, or ceasefire across the globe.
And that's something that is a background element to it as well, is that this escalating war that's going on that we see only glimpses of, really.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not even really pay attention to that. When you pointed out to me there's a war in Korea against America,
I think, I'm not sure exactly who the combatants were.
Well, the fact that even the random soldiers, were seeing the live broadcast, like, as they are hooked down in the trenches. Like, everyone has access to this all around the world.
Like, the only thing, the closest we see to this escalating war that's going on is the scene where Wyatt Russell and Emily Blunt split up, where he goes into the convenience store and people are like raiding it and getting all the supplies.
And all the cars queuing up for fuel.
Yeah, that's the closest we see to it. Otherwise, it's all background. And
that was actually a great scene. I like seeing scenes like that. Like, it's not complete mania, like as if there's a horde of zombies in the next town and people are trying to flee for everything. No, like it's controlled chaos. It's controlled mania where people are willing to pay for these things. They're just there to grab it quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Yeah.
So that was a good scene to see. Like, what a setup as well. Like, let me talk about the cinematography for a second, and apparently the amount of oneers that are in this movie, I didn't pay attention to it, not so much. Like the oneer where Emily Blunt comes into work and she's going from one person to the other. She's speaking Korean with one of the guys. Oh, there you go, there's a Korean lad there talking probably about the war. And then she goes to start her cue on live TV talking about the weather, and then she starts speaking
The alien language, yeah.
I don't know what the linguistics appropriate title for that is, but yeah, the goo. I don't know what to call it, but yeah,
Alien language. I already said it.
Yeah, well, like just that's like saying we're talking Earth language, but
we are.
But we're talking.
Well, okay, Brian, what would you like to call it then? I don't know what to call it.
Why are you so frustrated?
Because you said I don't know what to call it. And I went alien language. You go, yeah, I don't know what to call it. Like, alien language. Yeah, I still don't know what to call it. Alien language. What else are we to call it?
Come on, Dave. We've established this already, right?
Go on.
Move on. But there's one wonder. It's even just what he captures in the frame. Like, do you remember the train sequence when the Emily Blunt, Josh Connor on top of the train, and it's going one direction, and the other one is pulling a Brian O'Connor, and the other guy's driving off. Like, that's such a wide shot to capture. Like, that's a lot of money being spent on the day.
Well, that's something that Steven Spielberg is very well known for, is his movement of the camera. It's very rare that a camera is still with Steven Spielberg.
I remember there's one scene, there's one in The Post where you're following a briefcase. Like, you're down the level of the briefcase as someone is holding it, so you're looking at people's feet. Like, I remember that standing out to me, and I've not seen The Post since. So he is quite well known for that, isn't you?
Like, even creating a shot, and like he'll have it start as a mid shot or a close up, and he'll move it out to be a mid shot, and then make it out even wider to be a establishing shot, like a full.
Isn't there one shot there where it's at the start of the movie where they're checking all the little cards?
Exactly, yeah.
It starts with them in the back of the car.
It comes out and then goes in, and it shows then Colin Firth in the
standing
in the window
and in the background, and then you see the lads come down from the steps. So
it's creating these multiple frames within the one frame, and it just makes everything so interesting that you don't feel like you're watching one thing that's static the entire time. There's so much connectivity and kineticism to it that it's constantly moving. The one shot that for me stood out the most was probably the car crashing through the house.
I remember that in the trailer. And you know what I thought this movie was going to include? Some form of teleportation, because in the trailer I recall the car crashing through the conservatory out as it's being chased. But it looked like the car appeared in the house. Yeah. And it drove. You
never saw the beginning of that shot. You just see it coming out. You're like, how could it possibly have been in the house?
How can a car get into the house so it can crash out? Where did it get into the first place? But no, not the case at all. But oh man, talk about a car chase sequence that honestly, it's one of the better ones I've seen in recent history, and it's probably not the best. It doesn't top the Batman one in 2022. But like, just to see everyone just sporadically chase after this one car, and how unqualified Josh O'Connor is as the cool alpha action man who can John Wick his way out of this. No, like, he's gonna crash into a couple of trees, gonna reverse back into it. He's lucky he didn't kill anyone accidentally.
He gives while he does give leading man vibes, he does not give action hero vibes.
No,
like, you could not see this man being James Bond.
You could see him play Q next to Daniel Craig's James Bond. However,
but he's not an action star.
I don't know. He could be.
Well, not this character anyway.
No, not this guy. No, this guy's he's akin to a Snowden. You know, Edward Snowden. Is that his name? Yeah. Great. Like, he controlled it very well. Like, he had commanded it off the screen, like leading man presence. Like, he practically was the leading man with James Bond. I'm after when you copping there in Wake Up Dead Man. And when he goes through that one-way street and the guy didn't pay attention and he blocked off the rest of it, great, a bit of believability how this squadron of cars can't apprehend Josh O'Connor because they're blocked off like that. Like, good conveniences here and there. Although I did think that, lads, they're just hiding behind a rock.
There is a few instances, there was the scene where he comes, or when the police all turn up and he's like crawling on the ground behind the fence, and I was like, you can't see him, really? And then when they get out of the car and she puts the rock on the accelerator and it falls into the thing, it's like, okay, great, they'll run away, but it's literally they're a meter away behind a rock, and it's like, can none of you even hear them running away? Like, they're right there.
Did you not see the shrubs move when
Yeah.
they hid behind it? Like,
There was some elements to it where I was like, okay, come on, like, I'm putting on my suspension of disbelief here, but
no, you can't do that, David. Aliens exist. But the one scene where he was running across the fence and he was playing Eddie, like in The Last of Us, trying to hide away from wolves and the Seraphites, like, they don't exist. They're they're NPCs. They're grand. They're just
these are non-named characters.
Yeah,
They're fine.
They're just gonna go, what was that?
Must have been the wind.
Exactly. But oh man, like even that one or there where it constantly lingers on Josh O'Connor and he's at the bottom corner of the frame the whole time. Like, it's just just a well crafted movie. Like only Spielberg can do it. What do you make about the rest of the actors in this movie?
I quite liked actually Colin Firth in it, and I liked the degradation of his character, that he is playing with this alien technology that he doesn't quite understand, that none of them really quite understand.
And he'll openly admits to the likes of Josh O'Connor, don't play with that, you don't know what you're doing, it almost killed me. Yeah, he's still going to use it.
Yeah, and like even at one point he drops the artifact, he drops it and someone else picks it up and they turn invisible.
Or like it looks like they vaporize.
It looks like he vaporizes, yeah, and then he drops it and then it goes invisible. That's obviously a little bit of foreshadowing for us later on when Emily Blunt will use it to make everyone else invisible.
Yeah.
But I thought he was vaporized, absolutely. So they don't even really fully understand all of the powers, I suppose, of the artifact.
I'm sure there's a lot more things you can do with it.
But I liked Colin Firth, and I liked his, first of all, his degradation throughout the whole film, where he just seems to be getting worse and worse and worse because he keeps using the artifact to get more information and find out where they are. I liked the whole thing with him and Jane, where the interrogation scene of him trying to extract information out of her while he is inside her mind. And
he's really digging deep. He's scraping the bottom of the barrel with this. Right? He's asking, what signs did you see?
Yeah.
What roads were you on? What else can you remember? Like, it's not... imagine, like, writing that. Like, you have, like, David Kep, or Kep. His name's all over this. He had to write that in such a way where it's not being spoon-fed. Like, Colin Firth, like, that's a proper interrogation.
Yeah, he's trying to extract as minimal of data as possible so that the other people in the room are able to narrow down the search area, like little bits and bits and bits and bits. I liked that. I liked the conversation that he and Coleman Domingo got to have together. That was great. And then even just the moment where the two other people walk into the house and Coleman Domingo goes mad and he's like, no, like he can't know where we are, and he's seen those two people now, and if he's within, if he sees the people, if he knows them, he can kind of go to anyone's mind. Like it's a very dangerous power to have, or like to fight off. Like how can you fight off someone that can literally just be in your mind?
You know, that is probably the worst thing about him. Like, he is not a mustache twirling villain going, I'm the Penguin, I can do what I want. I feel like he actually believes in keeping this a secret from the rest of the world. He is what Lex Luthor should be doing for the likes of me, to look at Lex and say, I get you. He's not pouty. He's not a man-child. He's not trying to hoard all the information for his own financial gain.
Yes. He genuinely does believe the world is not ready for this. We can't reveal this information.
And I don't recall any moment where he deliberately tries to have someone killed.
Well, he tries to kill Josh O'Connor in the car when he's in Jane and she has the knife.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point. I retract that.
That's a good point. I just forgot about it.
Yeah, pretty much didn't forget about it. It was a great scene though. But look, for the greater good and all that jazz. I like Colin Firth here probably more times than any other character he's played. Like, I can't say I'm a huge Colin Firth fan because he's not really in a lot that I could say that I would watch. He's similar to maybe Kenneth Branagh in my opinion, and I think because he's playing a villain here, but it's not like a evil villain that needs to get his comeuppance. Like his comeuppance is just seeing the error of his way and then just.
Do you think he saw the error of his way? Because obviously towards the end, they get to the point where they're about to do the broadcast. And I feel as though it's just a moment of defeat. that it's like he's too weak to go on. Like he's exhausted.
Well, it was defeatism. He did give up. But I think the fact that he's sitting there and he's watching, like he literally lays eyes at the thing that we've all been wanting to see at the very end. And here his friend. Like, I saw him and Coleman Domingo as friends, like friendly colleagues, and like he puts his hand on his shoulder and says, like, it's okay, trying to reassure him. Like there's a little bit of the 12 Angry Men scene where Henry Fonda helps the old guy put his jacket on. Like, it's okay. Like, yeah, like, honestly, the one guy, the head of security who does try to kill Josh Connor and Emily Blunt, like, force him onto the train. Like, he's a dick. But even he doesn't get, like, a come up and anything like that. He just gives up because he's not getting paid to make decisions like that. You know?
I don't know. I never took Colin Firth as having seen the error of his ways. I never at any point thought that. And even in the end, I felt as though it was pure defeatism, is that, you know, Emily Blunt has the device in her hand. They can't do anything really to stop her.
It kind of reminded me of, oh Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me today not remembering people's names? He played a Skrull in Captain Marvel. He was in Ready Player One. He's
I know, Ben Mendelsohn.
That's him. Ben Mendelsohn. He reminded me of Ben Mendelsohn in Ready Player One. Like, do you remember when did you last watch that movie? Like years ago.
Years ago.
Like, obviously he was in it for financial gain, but he struck me as someone who you can get on board with. He just took things a little bit too far, and he did get to the point of pulling a gun out trying to kill the protagonist, but he didn't in the end. It's kind of like he got to the point where he saw he could not go any further. Like, it's at the point of no return, so just give up, sit back, and just watch. Maybe that's not an equivalent to seeing the error of one's way, but
I think it was, yeah, I don't know. I don't see them as equivalent. I think it's seeing the error of your ways is seeing the error of your ways and choosing then to work in opposite to how you have been the entire time. Whereas what Colin Firth is he gets to a point where he can't win, so he gives up. It's not that he saw the error of his ways. Like, if he saw the error of his ways, he would have called off people, don't destroy the generator, or, you know, call people back or anything like that. But I think it was just he was out of things he could do, and so gave up. He lost. He accepted defeat. He didn't see the error of his ways.
Alright, so I'll just pull a Colin Firth here and I'll just give up.
You just accept defeat there.
However, there were like 2 or 3 times maybe in this movie where he was so close to apprehending the device or the chips with all the footage, and he just flat out let them go. Like,
see, he's fearful of the device. Like, he does not know what they do. What the power is within them, he doesn't know. Especially these people that, like, when he has the interaction with Emily Blunt and she appears to him as his wife. Like, that's her not even with one of the devices. And then he sees her later with it, and it's like, he is so afraid of what the device could do. So I don't think he's just letting them go. I think he genuinely is cautious and he's afraid. And don't forget as well, you kind of touched on it there with him and Coleman Domingo. Like, yes, they were colleagues. In their interaction that they have in the house, like, he's betrayed. He feels betrayed. It's like, how could you come into me for 13 years and lie to my face every single day? Like, I think they were more than colleagues. I do genuinely think that they were friends within work. They were nearly on the same level almost.
Yeah.
There was a companionship there, and he felt betrayed that his friend had lied to him and was just gone.
What do you make of that one throw-in line there? You helped it escape, didn't you? 5 years ago. Like, and Coleman Domingo says, yeah, I did. So the alien, assumingly they had in containment, Coleman Domingo pulled a Paul and set him free. And that was like 5 years ago. So, like, Coleman Domingo had a lot going on behind the scenes that we don't even know about. And like any good director, I said this to you after the movie, I viewed Coleman Domingo here as an architect or an avatar of Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. Directing
the likes of Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor to get where they need to get going, like Steven Spielberg. I really believe Spielberg put a lot of himself in Coleman Domingo's character. And like, if that's not, like, what is meta supposed to be a good thing? Meta as in, like, fourth wall breaking, reference.
It depends.
Well, this is as pure and good meta as you could get. Like, and it's appreciated as well. And I think it harkens to the likes of Steven Spielberg's catalog, his previous work, in his entries in the film industry.
Well, to be honest with you, it's not something that I picked up on, but when you said it, I was like, yeah, I can see that, the way that he was directing them and creating this environment for them and this stage and allowing the characters of Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor to believe that they are within this world. Because he obviously recreates Emily Blunt's childhood house and makes it a real location for her. I didn't view it as Steven Spielberg using Coleman Domingo's character as a surrogate for him, but as soon as you said it, I was like, yeah, I can see it. It's not something that I ever thought about, but as soon as you brought it up, I was like, yeah, that...
But I can't be the only one making that.
I'm sure you're not. I've not heard anyone else make it, but...
I just thought it was very obvious. Like, the fact that he's like the director on set telling his crew as if they're a film crew. It's decorating the set, they're making the front of it, but like he's only doing the front and the interior. Like, he's not doing what you can see from behind it, because it's just the paneling, it's just the wood, you know, the timber logs.
Yeah, what's going to be in the frame? Yeah, what are these people going to need?
What can you see in front of you? And I really thought that Coleman Domingo, like, Spielberg even did an interview with him where Coleman Domingo asked him questions about it. Like, this happened at CinemaCon as well. So, like, there's a lot of trust and reliance on there, I thought, anyway. Like, and you're right, he is the one who kind of reintroduced the world, the reality of Disclosure Day, that aliens exist and they've already made contact with humans. He established that, he reintroduced that into their world again. He is guiding them, he is our guiding hand, and he is the one bringing in the introduction of his friend, let's assume he calls him. And
yeah, well, he's like I want to throw maybe a little bit of a spanner in your works here, where
I can take it.
Is Steven Spielberg Coleman Domingo, or is Steven Spielberg the alien? Because I felt as though the alien was giving the directive to Coleman Domingo's character, and he was just following through on things that the alien had given him. Like, he was building the house, not knowing who it belonged to.
Yeah. That is something that caught my mind. It's like, how did he know if he didn't know it was Emily Blunt?
And in a way, the alien is the one that is pulling the strings from behind the scenes that no one else sees, like a director is that the person who is guiding the story that isn't on screen.
Yes.
So
no, you're right.
Is Steven Spielberg the alien, or is Coleman Domingo Steven Spielberg?
No.
In a very direct sense, it's Coleman Domingo as the personification of a director.
Well, the way,
absolutely.
Yeah, but the way I view it, no, Coleman Domingo is Steven Spielberg. The alien is himself. The alien is speaking to Steven Spielberg. Spielberg, come here to me and listen to me now, right?
Right, okay. So you're going to take a very literal sense. There was an alien on set. He told Steven Spielberg what to do, and Steven Spielberg told Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, well, no, not in that literal sense. Like, the alien has come to Steven Spielberg. Spielberg, you're going to make a great life for yourself there, but at some point you're destined to make the delivery of Disclosure Day, where you will announce to the world that aliens exist. And boy, let me tell you, you're going to make a hell of a life and a hell of a living before you do that. And so the alien spoke to Spielberg and told him exactly how to make this movie, just like the alien in this movie told Coleman Domingo how to decorate the house, how to coordinate everything in place. A guiding hand, like the man from upstairs. And so that's how it is. So no, Coleman Domingo is Spielberg, the alien is himself. Because that's the way I put it. But no, that's as much as I feel like I want to pat myself on the back for making Coleman Domingo as the surrogate of Spielberg, that is a great one. Because yeah, you're right, I didn't cop that. The alien is...
Well, I only copped it because of what you had said. Like, it wasn't something I was thinking about. So,
so I'll give myself...
You can take 2 pats.
I'll take 2 pats. 1.5 at least. But you're right. Coleman Domingo's been hiding the alien for so long. And it's been so long to the point that...
He's hiding the alien.
Yeah.
And then when the truck pulls up...
And the red light comes up and it's like, oh, I wonder what this mysterious thing is.
But Steven Spielberg hides that from us. In the same way that Coleman Domingo has been hiding this alien, Steven Spielberg is also hiding the alien from us, the audience. Like, it's disclosed to us at the same time as everyone else. We're not privy to seeing this extra bit of information because Coleman Domingo isn't ready to reveal that to everyone yet, the same way that Steven Spielberg is not ready to reveal that to everyone yet.
I don't think I'll ever see another director present to us an extraterrestrial being in a wheelchair because of his elderly age.
It's strange to have so many of these archival footages and they're the little green men as we
As we've seen in Paul.
As we've seen in Paul,
same
pretty
species.
much. But then, what if one of these aliens had stayed here? What if we saw one at maturity? Why is it so tall? Like, is it because of Earth's gravity or something that was on here? Because presumably all of the little aliens that we see aren't just kids that we're seeing.
No,
like
they're all mature. I would toss it up as how long. I'm going to steal this from the lads again from another happy pod, but they were saying this in The Mandalorian and Grogu, where Grogu appears to be a baby for such a long time, like 50 years, and then all of a sudden he's gotta mature up and start speaking like Yoda. Well, how long are dogs puppies before they're adults? 6 months, and then they're dogs for the rest of their life. All of a
that's
sudden.
true. That's a good point. Yeah.
So, just clarify, I stole that, and I would reckon the alien was still small in the footage in the lab, getting extracted for his DNA. I imagine. And then 5 years later, let's say 10 years later, he's tall, he's elderly, he's slow moving. I'd imagine maybe Earth's gravity has something to do with it. Maybe.
Yeah, we don't know what their physiology is like. Yeah, there could be any number of reasons as to why it's an elder alien.
I appreciate how it was presented to us now in that way, as opposed to, no, he's just a little green man. But great idea to wheel him in. Like, if this was a disclosure on the US government bombing a foreign country that was never referenced to the rest of the world, and then all of a sudden a child from said foreign country survived and was kept in hiding and has grown up to be an elderly person, that person will be rolled in on a wheelchair.
It'd be exactly this situation. Yeah.
So it's a neat idea. It's cool. I thought it was pretty cool. I did want to chat to you about some of the archival footage. Like, I love the wide range of it. It goes back to like the 1950s. I can't remember what they said. It's not Area 51 or
The Roswell. Yeah,
Roswell.
that is where Area 51 is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. So like it's a neat idea. And like that's how Spielberg presented us to that as the aliens crash and their corpses, they're dead.
Yeah.
And then there are numerous other sightings where we see multiple variations of their alien spacecraft. They're like triangles, they're like circles, they're cylinders.
I like the idea of we've been visited by aliens, but it's not all the same aliens.
No.
Like, yes, the ones we see are all this kind of green Martian kind of looking, like Paul, basically.
Yeah.
But there's no guarantee that all of these encounters that we've had are all the same species.
It's just imagine Ireland going to visit an alien space world, and wait, you depicted us, but you all have American accents. Why do you all have Irish accents? Well, America doesn't get it all. So like it's kind of like, just because they might be from the same planet doesn't mean they're all governed under the same leading body. You know.
But I did like the variety of the spaceships, the variety of the different ways in which they appeared. That some of them were like in the sky with the planes flying past them. Some of them had crashed. There was one where they were like being approached in hazmat suits, and it was like literally lying up against the thing because it had crashed, and it was like struggling to breathe, as though it was like a crash survivor. And the other one where they were walking through and they were like just behind the lads, and they were all shaking hands and just into the tents,
holding
like,
umbrellas for them, and they're walking them into the tents.
just like they're foreign dignitaries from another country.
The bureaucrats coming in to discuss trade amongst them. I'd imagine those little green men were killed.
I would unfortunately think so.
Yeah, they were probably killed. They were ambushed. They red-wedded them. But the one you reminded me there, the one who was leaning up against the case, struggling to breathe. Apparently, I took that as he was in distraught. He was distressed from the fact that he had just crashed his ship and he's the only survivor, and now he's stranded on an alien world. And here, all these lads are just taking pictures of him and just discovering him. Like, that's what I took him. I viewed him as a human, like a person with feelings. And yeah, the one where the lads are just walking behind the men in suit with the umbrellas. I thought that is, I want to know the story about that. But there's this one classic like footage. It's all over the trailers. It's probably the final shot of a given trailer for Disclosure Day. It's when the cylinder ship is coming out
of the clouds. Is it?
Cloud.
Yeah.
I fucking love that shot. Like it's
the classic UFO. When you think of when you think UFO, you think flying saucer.
Yeah, But seeing that coming out of the clouds, like all misty, and then the lights flashing and beaming, like goosebumps, jaw drop, stop breathing. Like I just love that so much, and like it's made up to be a bigger thing in the trailer because here you go, this is about aliens, but in the movie it's one of the more prominent archival shots, and I just, it's kind of funny. Your anticipation for something leads to what it actually is, but it's still a great shot. I love it, and yeah, like the whole disclosure event, like I thought it was very well done.
I thought it was really satisfying to, in a film called Disclosure Day, where we know that that's what it's leading up to, and like we said earlier, like I'm watching it and I'm getting overwhelmed watching this woman get overwhelmed by what she's seeing, and I knew it was coming. Like I think it just was executed perfectly in that. There's such a variety of clips, and the fact that we had seen so little of them earlier on in the film, I think that for a payoff of we're going to reveal aliens to the world, I just felt so satisfied with it.
What did you make of just the final ending with the alien whispering something to Josh O'Connor and he whispers something to Emily Blunt, and like we'll take it as this is in fact the same alien who, in a roundabout way, abducted them to imbue powers into them. What? And then Emily Blunt goes up to the prompter and says, "Listen, you had a good theory of what your interpretation is for that."
I just took it as that's exactly what it said. Like
that's a long.
But
that's a long way for the alien to go listen in his own language.
Well, the whole point of what they imbued Josh O'Connor and Emily Blunt's characters with, two different powers, as it were, that he was able to understand the language of the aliens, and she was able to understand human beings. She was like a super empath. And what the alien whispered into Josh O'Connor's ear essentially would have been like, because it's earlier on in the film as well, where Coleman Domingo talks about the aliens and says that they view empathy as an evolutionary advantage, like that being empathetic towards one another is like what is necessary for a species to survive. So that's one of the powers that they give to Emily Blunt, and it's essentially what helps her throughout the entire journey of the film, is that her empathic abilities are able to get her through absolutely every obstacle that she comes face to face to. She overcomes everything because of the empathy that she has. And
cool power.
It's a very cool power. And then at the end, when the alien speaks to Josh O'Connor and then he says it to her, what essentially the message that she is going to reveal to the whole world in the Disclosure Day is, I interpret it as that they are going to talk about empathy and how we can't keep going on like this. We can't keep going on hating each other and all of these things. And, even in the real world, is like we're so divided in every aspect of our lives. It feels as though every single topic or conversation is in some way political. And so
I hope some prime ministers and presidents are listening.
Yeah, I'm sure they're all well listening to this, yeah.
Not to name a few or anything, but,
But when she gets the message from Josh O'Connor and she stands up there and she says, listen, as in, I'm about to tell you what it is. That's what she's going to tell us, is to listen. We need to listen to one another. We need to be more empathetic to one another. I think that the message that she is about to deliver is summed up in that one word. Listen. We need to start listening to one another. And I think it's the perfect ending for, like, I don't need to hear what the alien said, because she summed it up in one word, is just be empathetic towards one another. Just listen. I think it's perfect. I think it's great.
I concur. I agree. Couldn't agree with myself. But this is definitely in the top 10, top 5 maybe of 2026. Like
of 2026, yeah.
Yeah. And like I was thinking of, I can't wait to go back to watch some of Spielberg's previous movies.
I went back over his filmography and was like, right, what key things have I missed? What have I not seen that I need to go back and look over?
Yes. You said this is his first original alien movie since E.T.
Which is nuts. It's the first one in our lifetime. The only other sci-fi alien film that he's done is War of the Worlds, which is obviously an adaptation.
Yeah. But
this is his first original, and probably his last original sci-fi. In our lifetime, anyway.
I'd reckon, yeah. Like honestly, the more you get on, you gotta make certain movies that kind of like sum up yourself as a director.
Yeah.
Like the fact that he waited all these years to finally do Disclosure Day it's like bringing it home. You can't do this movie without having first done the likes of E.T. Or Close Encounters of a Third Kind. Do you know? Like those...
Or The Post, or Minority Report, or The Terminal, even. You know, like you have to have done all of these other things before you can make this.
Honestly, the only thing that Spielberg didn't do to make this movie come full circle with his career is he didn't put Tom Hanks in it.
I would like to see Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg work together again.
Yeah,
you know,
imagine seeing Tom Hanks in the Coleman Domingo or Colin Firth roles.
I could see him definitely in the Colin Firth role. Well, I don't know. I don't know if I wouldn't see him in either of those roles. Actually, to be honest, I don't know. I don't think either of those roles. And just before you move on, I wanted to, like we're saying there, where you have to have a certain body of work and you have to choose your projects carefully.
Yes.
If Steven Spielberg had the same mindset as Quentin Tarantino, where he only wants to make 10 films, the last Steven Spielberg movie we would have been Empire of the Sun in 1987. So we wouldn't have gotten things like Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade, Jurassic Park, Schindler's List, Catch Me If You Can, Minority Report, Saving Private Ryan, The Terminal, Lincoln, The Post, Fabelmans, Disclosure Day. Like, think about all of these movies that we miss out on, because if he had this same crazy mentality that Quentin Tarantino has, where I can only make 10 movies. Like, how many movies have we missed from Quentin Tarantino because he's got this self-imposed rule that he can only do 10 films?
It depends how good his 10th film is, but I don't care anymore. Ever since that fiasco with Paul Dano, and by unfortunate extension, Matthew Lillard, and even Owen Wilson, I don't care about Quentin Tarantino anymore. He was my favourite director out of the three I've named, and go listen to one of our bonus episodes. But now, what a prick! But, you know, he is an asshole.
No, he is, absolutely. But I just think that I think his whole ideology on a filmography is moronic. Look at Steven Spielberg. Like, he couldn't have made this movie without making all of his other movies. That's the point I'm trying to make. Is that if he had just gone into this and it's like, imagine this is his first film, you know, and you're like this is crazy for a first film.
It's a lot. You
know, I don't think he could have made it. So you need to have the experience of doing these things and learning from every single aspect that you have made. Like everything that you make is the culmination of everything that came before. You as a person, every day you wake up, and you are the culmination of everything you've done in every day that you've lived before today.
Yeah. So
to just limit that and go, oh yeah, I'm only going to do 10. I just think it's moronic. And so I was like, I'm glad Steven Spielberg doesn't have that mentality. And I'm glad that 99% of directors
99.9999.
Yeah, I'm glad there's only one director that has that mentality and he can go and fuck himself now. But please, continue.
Imagine if he actually doesn't get to make his 10th film now. I'd actually be... Imagine that.
He's already made fucking 10 as well, right? Kill Bill 1 and Kill Bill 2 are two different films. He's a fucking dope. He's an idiot.
I wanted to touch on quickly with the likes of Kurt Russell's son.
Wyatt Russell. I forgot that he was in it. Or no, not that I forgot he was in it. Sorry. I didn't know he was in it. I saw, I think it was maybe a press junket where I saw him there and I was like, oh, I guess he's in it.
There's one moment in the trailer where you can see the back of his head sitting next to Emily Blunt. It's when the little red bird comes in. It's like, oh, there he is. And there he's not for the rest of the trailer. I was liking their kind of like partnership. Like, we had Josh O'Connor and Bono's daughter in one like storyline.
Give her a name, Jesus. Don't just refer to her as Bono's daughter.
Eve Houston.
There you go.
She was very good in Bad Sisters.
I've not seen it, but I trust your opinion.
I like their back and forth in their own like A plot, B plot. I call it the A plot in my opinion. I liked the way that it kind of juggles the whole sci-fi aspect with the religious aspect of it, where she is a former nun and she doesn't think that people are able to accept the fact that there are these extraterrestrial beings, and if this is disclosed to people, then they'll lose their faith in God entirely. And I like it's actually one of the nuns that kind of... The head nun.
The head nun that says, I don't think you ever lost your faith in God, you lost your faith in people. I thought that was a really interesting way. And like even she is like, yeah, no, I think aliens are real. And she's like, what do you mean? It's like, well, you know, God is all powerful and almighty. Like, you don't think he made this vast universe and just made it for us? Like, of course, like to her, to the head nun, the reveal or the disclosure that aliens are real actually furthers and cements her belief in God, that God created all beings and that there's so much life out there, that it's so vast and his kingdom is so grand that she believes in it even more, which is so opposite to what Jane was afraid of, was that as soon as aliens are real, is that's an automatic a bullet in the gun of not believing that it's gone, ammunition to that other side of the argument. Whereas the nun actually believes, no, it's good. Even though if you got talking to the aliens, you go, oh yeah, like, do you believe in God? It's like, what's God? Like, they may not have any kind of religion, or that aspect of society might not be for them at all. But it actually cements for this nun a further belief that yes, God is real, and look at everything that he created and everything like this.
But look at how many religions there are.
I know, yeah. Well, being of any religion is essentially like being an atheist. Like, if you're an atheist, you don't believe in any religion, or you don't believe in any God. But if you're a Christian, let's say, you don't believe in any God except for one. You just believe in one more God than an atheist does. Like, everyone's religion is wrong except for mine. You know, I'm the correct one. And that's the case for every single religion. You know, I'm not a religious person. I think that religion is, if you find comfort in it, then absolutely you go ahead and you find comfort in it. It's not something that I find comfort in, but it's if it's for you, then that's great. But don't expect other people to live up to the standards that you've set yourself within religion, or don't expect people to, you know, give up on aspects of their life just because you don't believe in it.
I'm surprised Spielberg didn't make them rabbis. Spielberg
is Jewish, yeah.
I'm surprised he chose Christian or Catholics, one of them, to incorporate into this movie when it comes to belief. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't make them a rabbi. I thought that would have been interesting, but only because that he is Jewish. But if Spielberg doing his swan song of a film, like this could be teased as Spielberg's last film. They could have advertised it. It's not, but it feels like it could have been. And the fact that Spielberg, like,
I mean, if Steven Spielberg dies tomorrow, it will retroactively be advertised as Steven Spielberg's last film.
Yes, but he could have easily. I'm making this movie because I want to make it. This is a culmination of all my beliefs. Like, I'm telling the rest of the world aliens exist, and that's a fact. So like, he could have done whatever he wanted it, and he could have easily made, I'm going to incorporate my own little religion in this because that's me. And he decided not to do that. The man is far from selfish.
No.
And yeah, that's great. And no way Eve Hewson is a nun. No.
No, she left.
She did leave.
She left, yeah.
She can't. But yeah, right, Wyatt Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Left the movie a little bit too early, in my opinion. I would have liked to have seen him.
He either had to get on board or he had to leave.
Yeah.
I didn't see him getting on board, so he had to leave.
Yeah, well, based on his character and everything he said pretty much was going against Emily Blunt's thing, yeah, he had to leave. But the fact that their issues as a couple, like, she could read his mind. She saw a future where she goes back to wherever they came from and he stays. So they're not going to be together by the end of it. And I like the little reveal that in the disclosure, he gets one quick shot where he believes, see what you missed out on. You fucked up. I thought Eve Hewson was great in this movie as well. She was a great standout. Great cast in my opinion. It's a very small cast as well. I thought, like, it's not a large ensemble.
No.
Like,
yeah, no, you're right. Yeah,
6 billion names, I'd imagine. So Spielberg did a great job with this one. And one last thing is, I like how he started this movie as if we're in the middle of Act 2. I
did like that as well. Actually, I felt a little bit discombobulated in that I was like, okay, what's going on here? But you're not supposed to know. Yeah. Like, the audience surrogate is Emily Blunt.
Yeah. And
I think that introducing us with Josh O'Connor and feeling as though you're right. There could have been a whole first act
where he gets out of jail, he gets recruited.
Yeah, it's all backstory, all prologue. And because we're introduced into this world, and not only is the story already going, but the adventure is already in motion, it feels like the world is more real. That it hasn't just sprung to life from Emily Blunt. It's not that the story has just begun because the cameras are now rolling. It's that the cameras have caught up to this conspiracy that's been going on since Coleman Domingo sprung out this alien, since the aliens landed 70 years ago. This is a story that's been slowly building, and now here we are right at the very end. In the same way that, say, Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones feels as though it is in a world that has been going on for these 500 years, and we're just so happen to come in now here at the end, and the cameras have started rolling, and they're going to reference battles and things that have happened before, but they're not going to give us context to it. It's just like, we're going to hear about these things, and it's up to us to maybe later down the line find out about it. And that's the same with Disclosure Day, that we're just smack bang, we're in the middle of the action. Jane has already been taken, and Josh O'Connor has already got these hard drives, and now he has to go and save Jane, and he has to possibly give these, and he not only does have the hard drives, he has the device as well.
He wasn't supposed to be the courier. He was supposed to hand these off to Coleman Domingo and leave it at that. The fact that Coleman Domingo is saying the likes, ditch your phone, you'll find us eventually. He says that to Emily Blunt. He says, I have all my faith in you, I have all confidence in you that you will find us. Like, this, he needs her to be on set for call time.
Yeah.
And
he's not going to tell her where set is, but he knows, he has complete faith that she's going to be able to do it.
Yeah. So, very good starting setup.
Yeah.
The whole thing. Like, I've not a bad thing to say about it. Honestly,
it kind of nearly, because it feels as though the movie, we're just dropped into it.
Yeah.
But then at the very end, we're taken out of it just as quickly as we were dropped into it. That this story is going to continue past when the credits stop rolling. Like, Disclosure Day, we got to Disclosure Day, but guess what? The whole rest of this world has to continue on post this. For us, it's over. But the world is going to continue just the same way that we were not privy to this world before it started. We were dropped in and were taken out just as easily.
Kind of captures the essence of what a film is, according to Spielberg anyway.
What, that we should just we should just drop in whenever?
I think it's more so the fact that we're not privy to what happened before and what happens after. Okay. More so that element rather than the fact that you're there to watch you're there for an experience.
Yeah, but like it's you know, it's Steven Spielberg's bread and butter. We're always dropped in the middle of an Indiana Jones adventure.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We're dropped in right at the end of it. Indy goes home. He drops off the artifact, and then the actual adventure is going to begin. It's the same. It feels the same here.
David, would you like to be abducted by aliens?
Not particularly.
No?
No.
If
you?
Me? I don't know. If I get special powers, maybe.
Okay.
I've always been wanting to hang out with Paul again. Like, this is, in fact, an unofficial sequel to Paul.
Yeah. But no, Paul is an unofficial prequel to this movie. Let's take it like that.
I don't know, man. Paul came out first.
That's true. That's a fair point. Yeah.
But it's insanely uncanny how similar Paul is to the aliens in this movie. Like Nick Frost said, he's too obvious looking. Well, yeah, because everything you know about aliens is based on me. That's why in this movie, it's the same rule. It's the same fact that what we know about aliens is because that's how they are. That's how they have appeared to us when they're not animals.
Yeah, it's a clever chicken and egg problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, which came first? It's like, no, it's based on me, but Paul he only looks like that because that's how we perceive aliens. But he goes, no, I only look like, or the way you perceive aliens is because this is how I look. And it's just like this constant back and forth.
Yeah.
With a never ending circle.
David, we can talk all about this, but I think I've gotten everything off my chest.
Good, I'm glad. Have you got a recommendation before we let these people go?
Do you know what? Aside from Paul, because I do think that's a fun movie to watch, I will recommend Bad Sisters.
Bad Sisters, yeah, okay. With Eve Hewson?
Yeah, it's a good 2-season watch. Sarah Green from Normal People is in it as well.
Who's Sarah Green? She is Connell's mom, I bet.
Connell's mom, yeah, because Sarah Green's a likeable name and she's a likeable person in both. So, yeah, I'd recommend Paul and Bad Sisters because, fuck it, I can recommend nothing at one time and I can recommend everything.
Yeah, sometimes you do have lots to recommend and then you're like, oh crap, I don't have anything. What am I going to do?
It's just a matter of trying to remember at the time.
Yeah.
David, do you have any recommendations?
This is me trying to remember what have I watched recently and what am I going to recommend.
Man, you can recommend Disclosure Day, man. You can watch the news at 6 o'clock there.
Maybe they'll be on.
Emily Blunt there is going to give a special report.
I'm going to recommend your favourite Steven Spielberg movie.
Oh!
I think go back through his catalogue and really just drill down and pick out what is your favourite Steven Spielberg movie, because there's
Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
That one's up there for me too, yeah. But
Jaws is a great watch.
I think Jaws falls under this category for me where it's the same with Shawshank Redemption, where people say it and you go, yeah, like it's good, yeah. And then you sit down and you watch it and go, oh no, yeah, actually it is really good. You kind of nearly write it off because you go, yeah, it's good. It's great, in fact. But because you haven't seen it in a while, you forget how good it actually is.
Yeah.
But because I watched Jaws, it had its anniversary last year. I watched it in IMAX. And I was watching it, I was like, this is actually fucking, I can see why this is great. It's a fucking classic. This is so good. And this is his first movie. Like, this is what made Steven Spielberg's name. So, yeah, maybe I'm just going to recommend Jaws. Jaws. Steven Spielberg's one of his first movies.
Yeah. That's something, isn't it?
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg movie title.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be something.
Brian, thank you so much for joining me for this episode of Talking Pictures Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to us on your favorite podcasting app of choice. You can follow us on all of our social medias. We have new episodes every single Wednesday, so to never miss an episode, make sure you're subscribed, following us on all of our social medias, all that good stuff. You can leave us a little review. You can give us 5 stars. You can send in questions or queries or recommendations or anything like that to tpp@anotherhappystudios.com. We also have another podcast, which is Saturday Morning Cartoon Club. So for new episodes on that, make sure you're subscribed. On that feed, we have new episodes of that on the last Saturday of every month. So make sure you're following us there. This podcast is brought to you by Another Happy Studios. So make sure to check out all of the other podcasts in our network. That includes Still Got Legs, Unfinished Film Thoughts, the archive of Another Happy Pod, and Fish and Chip Files. All that good stuff. So you can find those on anotherhappystudios.com or on the Another Happy Studios YouTube channel. Brian, any final words before we let these people go?
I think Spielberg's doing a Western next.
I would love a Western. Now, you know what? Tom Hanks. I think Tom Hanks as a cowboy. In Steven Spielberg's Western movie, I think we should have Tom Hanks as maybe a cowboy sheriff. But the twist is, it's also a sci-fi, and maybe Tim Allen as like a spaceman, and he's taken over. How's that sound? You like that? You like that?
I do like that.
Maybe we could talk about that next week. Who knows?
And here's me thinking, no, he's going to do the Westworld movie.
Oh yeah, you know what? Because Westworld was a movie first.
And they've announced that they are going to do a Westworld movie.
Oh, have they?
They're developing a Westworld movie, yeah.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Thanks, Brian.
Thanks, David.